Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all. So SGTech has been appointed by IMDA to run the vendor briefing sessions since May 2019. SME Go Digital program is a national program administered by IMDA together with sector agencies to support the digitalization for SMEs across 23 sectors as specified in the industry transformation maps. For the agenda, we will go through the PSG, which is the Productivity Solutions Grant, the pre-approval process, post-appointment when you become a pre-approved vendor, as well as other programs that we have. Firstly, the SME landscape. Today, SMEs constitute 99% of the local enterprises, which make up 2/3 of the national workforce and contribute close to 50% of GDP. The definition of a SME is based on enterprise Singapore's definition. A company group annual sales turnover should not be more than 100 million, or company group's employment size should not be more than 200 workers. The major concerns by SMEs in their respective businesses are rising costs, especially for business in sectors which require rental of physical space, high turnover of staff, and that staff might not have sufficient knowledge or are not tech savvy enough to handle complex software. The purpose of SME Go Digital program is to make going digital as simple as these 3 steps. Firstly, SMEs can assess their digital readiness of their business from the CTO-as-a-Service platform. This is a step-by-step guide that helps SMEs to assess and adopt suitable digital solutions depending on the stage or readiness of their businesses. Do note support from the consultancy service at Digital Tech Hub has retired and it has since been succeeded by CTO-as-a-Service. Next, IMDA will guide SMEs to take the first steps with useful industry knowledge. Then you as a vendor would know what are the solutions needed and what are the new sectors to be added in. As such, your SME customers are able to adopt specifically or specially pre-approved digital solutions for the respective sectors, and best part of it, it will come with grant support. Regarding point 3, where can your SMEs customers get help? They can use the CTO-as-a-Service to request for digital advisory and project management services, or approach SME centers if they need business advice. Also, to add, Start Digital, which was launched in Jan 2019, is meant to help guide new startups on the type of digital solutions they should take on. It is in joint collaboration with Enterprise Singapore, IMDA, the telcos, and the banks. So these 3 steps are the end-to-end process that show the comprehensive resources that SMEs can reference to start their digitalization journey and take the next steps to deepening their digital adoptions. Currently, we have a total of 20 IDPs for 21 ITM sectors launched to date, with the latest built environment in September 2024. The Industry Digital Plan, IDP for short, is a step-by-step guide for SMEs. Within IDP, solutions are articulated across 3 different stages of business growth. The categorization of solutions for respective stages are based on global trending and validation studies with the sector agencies and industry to map out the types of solutions required by the businesses. This is so that SME are able to spot the solution which they need based on their stage of business growth. Building on the foundation established by the current IDPs, the new model will include a refreshed solution suite offered under the Digital Solution Roadmap, integrated and advanced solutions to improve digital connectivity and deepen SME's digital capabilities, a roadmap on cybersecurity and data protection measures, expansion and updating of the digital training roadmap to be aligned with refreshed solutions under the digital roadmap and include change management. This is an example of the digital roadmap developed for the food service sector, which was refreshed in November 2022. It has taken into consideration trends observed in the sector, such as the shift in consumer behavior towards digital ordering, e-commerce, and food delivery, as well as assists F&B companies overcome challenges. Once the SME know what type of solutions they require, they can choose from a list of pre-approved solutions from the respective sectors that they can adopt hassle-free, depending on their areas of need. SME customers are then able to enjoy funding support through the Productivity Solutions Grant. Pre-approved solutions are pre-scoped with software subscription, hardware, professional services, and training required for automation of their operations. SMEs can apply for a pre-approved solution through their business grant portal and start the implementation with selected solution provider after the sector agency has approved the application. Currently, IMDA and sector lead agencies have identified a demand from 20 sectors or subsectors, and IMDA is looking for the digital solutions to meet the requirements of these sectors on the supply side. These solutions need to be proven and meet the criteria defined in the vendor self-assessment checklist. If you have a solution that corresponds to the criteria listed in the checklist, we welcome your submissions. Besides the sector requirements, there are also digital capability requirements that apply to all sectors. These are digital capabilities like cybersecurity, data analytics, PDP, and IoT to ensure completeness and robustness of the proposed solutions. In the next slide, we will go through the PSG. Launched in April 2018, the PSG provides financial support for business owners or SMEs to adopt digital solutions curated by IMDA to increase productivity. SMEs that are eligible to apply for the PSG grant will have to have at least be registered and operating in Singapore, have a minimum of 30% local shareholding in Singapore, and would have to adopt digital solutions approved by IMDA. All approved solutions which are eligible for grant support can be found listed on the Go Business portal. The maximum grant support is 50% for all sectors. Next, we'll cover some benefits that you can enjoy by becoming a pre-approved vendor. For SMEs, the PSG offers significant financial support covering up to 50% of the cost for approved solutions. This funding is aimed at reducing the financial barrier to digital adoption, making it easier for business to invest in technology that drives growth and efficiency. For vendors, being pre-approved under the PSG offers distinct advantages. Your solutions gain recognition as a government-approved solution, increasing your exposure on visible key platforms like Go Business, CTO-as-a-Service, and Business Grant Portal. These platforms are frequently accessed by local SMEs who rely on them to guide their decision on which solutions to adopt for their digitalization efforts. In addition, pre-approved vendors become part of a vibrant network of solution providers. This opens up opportunities to participate in exclusive workshops, events, and programs that help you stay at the cutting edge of technology. Initiatives such as the Google AI Trailblazers, Gen AI Sandbox, and AWS offer valuable resources to help enhance your solutions and stay competitive in an evolving market. Furthermore, as a pre-approved vendor, you will be notified when new solution categories are launched. This gives you an important advantage, ensuring that you remain ahead of the curve and can quickly adapt to emerging trends and demands. The PSG not only provides financial support to SMEs, but also positions pre-approved vendors as trusted partners in the digital transformation journey. It offers a platform for growth, visibility, and ongoing professional development. Before we go into the vendor onboarding process, let us show you how an SME applies for PSG packages. Once a pre-approved vendor solution is live, their solution is listed on the Business Grant Portal, CTO-as-a-Service, and Go Business. SMEs are able to find the solutions and the packages that are supported by the PSG grant on the Business Grant Portal. SMEs are then able to apply for the package that they want through the BGP application. Once SMEs get approval for their BGP application, they can commence on the project with the vendor. Upon completion of the project with the vendor, SMEs will submit their claims with proof and other payment documents such as invoices, and all submission and claims will be received and processed and after approval. SMEs will then be reimbursed with the amount. We'll now go through the pre-approval process. So there are basically 4 stages. At stage 1, which is steps 1 to steps 2, Vendors should self-assess their onboarding eligibility and solution eligibility before attempting to do a full submission. Do a pre-assessment of your proposed solution using the vendor self-assessment checklist to check that it fulfills the criteria that the respective sector is looking for. Always attend the vendor briefing to understand the requirements. After you have attended, then you will proceed to the checklist stage. A gentle reminder that you must submit the completed checklist within 3 months of your company's attendance at the vendor briefing. If your solution meets all the mandatory requirements, you may submit completed checklists with all the necessary supporting documents. At stage 2, which is step 3, is the submission of documents stage, where you will need to tell us your solution is what IMDA is looking for. At stage 3, which is step 4 to step 5, after IMDA assesses your submission, you may be invited for a tech demo session together with the sector lead, where you can demonstrate your solutions to them. Just to highlight, the lead time from step 2 to step 3 depends on the completeness of your solution. Solutions will be reviewed and processed serially upon completed submissions. At stage 4, which is step 6, if your solution has met all the requirements thus far, you'll be requested to submit the application form via the pre-approval system. At this stage, IMDA will then review and at the same time provide guidance on your proposed price packages, so as to ensure the packages meet the scope of the requirements with clarity and SME customers can adopt the solution as hassle-free as possible. As you may be aware, the PSG supports companies keen on adopting IT solutions and equipment to enhance business processes. Hence, the pricing of the package must cater to micro SMEs and SMEs for easy adoption. The solution should be scoped according to the purchase pattern of your customers. Do note that the pricing has to be before GST. At step 7, you will know if your application is approved or rejected. Upon approval, IMDA will issue the letter of appointment for a period of 12 months. For step 8 and 9, vendor will need to accept the letter of appointment via the pre-approval system, and thereafter your solution will be listed on the respective government websites, and vendors may promote their solutions to the market and sell it with grant support. This is an overview of the vendor self-assessment checklist. There are 3 areas that IMDA is looking for in your submission. First, vendor fulfillment on onboarding criteria. There are 9 criteria for the vendors to fulfill. These criteria will be explained in detail in the subsequent slides. Next, if your solution has the ability and features to meet the sector-specific requirements. For example, a vendor providing HRMS solution needs to adhere to IRS tax policies, such as the auto inclusion scheme. Accounting solutions, on the other hand, need to be listed on the IRS accounting software register prior to pre-approval. If your solution generates, sends, and receives digital invoices, then it needs to be PEPL ready, which is the e-invoicing standard. And lastly, your solution needs to be cloud-based. Software as a service model is preferred. Please make sure your solution meets all the mandatory requirements and features prior to your submission. IMDA will also assess whether your solution aligns with industry standards and best practices, such as, does your company have a trust mark for personal data protection? Examples of solutions which collect personal unique identifiers are HRMS, workforce management system, and visitor management systems. And for solutions that collect personal data information such as NRIC, does the solution conduct security vulnerability assessment to ensure that any security loopholes are being addressed? As a first step, you may visit this link or scan the QR code to perform the self-assessment of your onboarding eligibility. After self-assessment, if you are ineligible, please do not submit a vendor self-assessment checklist. You may read the FAQ or ask any questions during this vendor briefing to address your doubts. On the left-hand box, you can see the results demonstrating that you can meet the eligibility. While on the right hand, you can see demonstrating that you cannot meet the eligibility. IMDA SME Go Digital team would like to inform you that as of 1st April 2025, the policy for 5 customer reference has been revised thanks to numerous feedbacks from the vendors. The 5 customer references now would need to have used the solution for a minimum of 6 months and are still existing users. We have removed the 18-month upper limit. Do note this change in policy. Adding on, previously the definition of SME for customer reference cited that the company must have at least 30% local shareholding and held directly by Singaporeans or PR. So this requirement has also been removed. The IMDA SME Go Digital team would like to thank all vendors for their inputs and numerous feedback on these requirements. So these are the 8 pre-approval assessment areas: vendor track record, financial soundness, good track record with government agencies, availability of resources and quality of service, affordability, marketing resources, quality of solution, and productivity impact. Just a reminder, if you are unable to meet any of the 8 assessment areas, please do not proceed to submit a vendor self-assessment checklist. Moving on to checklist requirements, which is step 2. If you can meet the onboarding criteria, you can visit the IMDA ICM website and select a checklist based on where your solution best fits. Always check that you're using the latest version of the checklist before submitting to IMDA. You should download the checklist that your solution falls under. To find out which checklist your solution will fall under, please refer to the overview of these categories. For example, if your solution is practice management system, then your checklist that you should download to find the solution requirements would be accountancy in the IMDA ICM website. If your solution is connected business suite, then you should download the checklist from the food service sector on the IMDA ICM website. So we also like to announce that we have introduced a new category called Field Service Management under the generic checklist. Field Service Management solutions help business manage their operations outside the office, such as repairs and maintenance. This involves scheduling technicians, tracking work orders, and ensuring efficient communication with customers. More information on the solution category requirements can be found on the generic checklist. Interested vendors are welcome to apply. Once you downloaded and open the self-assessment checklist, you can see that there are 5 tabs. The first tab is the instructions, and you should read and understand what is required of you. In the general assessment worksheet, you are required to self-assess if you can fulfill the additional requirements. As of 1st December last year, all vendors are required to submit a declaration on data analytics and personal data protection. What this means, if your solution captures personal data or have data analytics components, you're required to fulfill this requirement before submitting your checklist to IMDA. In the solution category, in the solution category requirements tab, you will select a category that best fits your solution and self-assess if you can meet all the mandatory requirements. If you are unable to meet any of the mandatory requirements, please ensure your solution is if you are unable to meet, please ensure that you are able to meet them before you submit the checklist. In the Satisfactory Survey tab, you will need to ensure that you have filled up the company UEN, company name, and solution name so that the link in the customer satisfaction survey will appear. Your customers will be brought to a form SG where they will fill up their company information and rate your services. Your customers will need to log in via SingPass to complete the survey. To verify their inputs against the submitted references invoices, you will provide as part of the approval process. You should monitor the completion of these surveys with your customers directly. Once you have completed the 5 customer surveys, input 5 to number of surveys completed. After filling up the tabs in the sheet, the last worksheet will give you an overall dashboard of your application. You may only submit once you have 0 errors in all the sheets. You should only submit once you see a green sign. There are some requirements in the checklist. In General Assessment tab, you will see the fields for data analytics and personal data protection requirement along with Cyber Essentials marked for requirements. For solution categories that generate and process invoices, you will see the GST Invoice Now requirements. For more information on these requirements, refer to the video recordings on the SGD website via the link shown. Next, we will talk about step 3 under the vendor application. While pending the completion of vendor self-assessment checklist, 5 customer surveys, and all other documentations, you can perform the following. For new ICM vendors who do not have an account with us, you should go to CTO-as-a-Service to assign the registered account SingPass holder with IMDA media service access rights. Note, you must grant access to 2 SingPass account holders. Then proceed to create an account in SGDPAS. Finally, you can embark on a draft submission where there are some more questions to fill up. If you need assistance, download the manual for self-help. Under My Profile, vendors will be able to update the company details as well as update details of the authorized representatives. Under My Submission, vendors will be able to see all draft and submitted applications that are yet to be approved. The application has 2 main sectors to be filled up. Step 2, Submit Checklist, and Step 4, Submit Application. For each of these sections, there are 3 pages as shown. We are launching a guide to help vendors understand the requirements of each field in SGDPAS. The guide is a detailed page-by-page instruction booklet. We have reduced and omitted certain requirements in terms of the information collected. As an interim measure, we need vendors to refer to the instructions provided in the guide. In this sample shown, the white box would indicate the detailed instructions. For vendors submitting unaudited accounts, directors have to endorse with company stamp. Purple boxes will indicate the checks omitted, and vendors should refer to the instructions which are the omitted fields. In this example shown, vendors should select No for mass deployment field. Vendors can download the guide on SGDPAS login page from mid-December onwards. This is the list of documents required for application. A common feedback is that the portal will time out relatively quickly. Hence, we advise vendors to have this list of documents ready for uploading to the portal during application to avoid being timed out. We received several inquiries with regard to the field for customer survey. Since customer surveys are submitted via Form SG, this field is now redundant. Please upload a blank file while the portal is being updated. As mentioned earlier, there are also other fields made redundant due to the reduction in checks. Please refer to the SGDPAS application guide for instructions. In the upcoming slides, I'll be sharing on things to take note post-appointment as an approved vendor. Upon acceptance of LOA, vendors are required to comply with the lockup and write-up guidelines for the entire duration of the contract period. At the start of the month following the issuance of LOA, vendors will be issued a UTM to be embedded with the pre-approved solutions lockup. A corresponding QR code for the UTM will be issued along with it. Vendors will then have until the end of the month to update their marketing collateral and submit declaration by the end of the same month. Please refer to the video briefing on the SGD website for more information. As an appointed vendor under the SME Go Digital program, we would like to share with you some good practices to maintain during the appointment period. The key areas are to drive SME digitalization using tools like CTO-as-a-Service, adhere to the letter of appointment terms and conditions, provide excellent customer support, and to build internal capabilities to ensure business continuity. 4 possible consequences for breaching the T&Cs are receipt of warning letters, suspension of listing on Business Grant Portal, a 1-year cooling period, or a termination letter of appointment. So stay compliant with the T&Cs, do not offer incentives, do not be directly involved in PSG application and claim submission, ensure service delivery team keeps up to customer commitments and delivers in accordance with Annex 3, comply with advertising and marketing guidelines, issue invoices and quotations that match with Annex 3. We would like to inform all vendors not to breach the T&Cs by performing impersonation. Impersonation is a serious offense that can result in termination or suspension of appointment. Examples are pretending to be an employee of an SME to contact Enterprise SG to find out grant approval process and or applying for BGP grant. So please communicate the above information to the sales team, project team, current and future customer base. Just some FAQs. If my customer has given me consent to follow up on behalf, is this permissible? No, it is not permissible for vendors to follow up on behalf of their customers, even if the customer has given explicit consent. This is in the T&C clause 4.1.2D of the pre-approved SME Go Digital vendor. Prohibits vendors from applying or making claims relating to any government grant on behalf of their customers or managing any contact details and email accounts provided by their customers as part of the application for government grants. Question 2, where can SMEs get help if they need assistance in BGP matters? They can receive help by reaching out to SME centers or contacting the relevant sector lead agency, such as Enterprise Singapore. You can visit the Enterprise SG website, fill out the Contact Us form, or call the hotline for assistance. Other than the rules and regulations mentioned earlier, these are some of the common pitfalls that are cited from vendors. In the area of code of conduct, vendors should always respond to your customer queries in a timely manner. Failure to respond may lead to customers writing in to IMDA or the sector lead agency for help and complaint. The area of advertising, vendors should always publish factual information about PSG program. Vendors should be responsible to keep themselves updated on the changes to PSG program to reflect accurate data on their website, EDM, or marketing collaterals. If in doubt, please email IMDA to clarify before using the logo or launching any marketing campaigns or programs. Lastly, for retrospective PSG applications, vendor and SME can commence work once PSG application is put forth. However, SME must be aware that if BGP application fails, there is an agreed recourse. Work and collection of payment cannot commence before PSG application is submitted into the portal. Next is the option for contract extension. So with effect from yesterday, pre-approved vendors will only need to meet annual review requirements to maintain their status in the pre-approval program. Upon passing the annual review, your contract status will remain active and subject to another annual review in 12 months' time. You will receive an email from IMDA to commence the annual review on the 9th month mark of each annual review tranche. In this table, it shows you the AR assessment areas. The key updates in the annual review are highlighted in the highlighted text. Vendors would need to meet a minimum of 6 satisfied customers. The satisfied customers can now also include non-PSG applicants. Vendors would also have to meet financial metrics of positive net equity as well as current ratio of more than 1. The table shows the treatment on the outcome for the annual review. For all assessment criteria met, vendors will receive an email notification on the review outcome, which includes the next annual review date. For assessment criteria that failed, the appointment contract will be suspended for 3 months. Suspension will be lifted if you are able to meet the assessment criteria during the suspension period. Appointment contract will be terminated if you are still unable to meet the assessment criteria after the suspension period. In addition, there will be a 1-year cooling period will apply. So the cooling period is a 1-year duration imposed on vendors who fail to meet specific contract extension criteria or accumulate multiple warning letters, during which they are temporarily barred from reapplying for a new contract. This period serves as an opportunity for vendors to comprehensively review and improve their internal processes, operational efficiency, and team capabilities. IMDA recommends that vendors use this time to identify and address deficiencies, invest in talent development, seek feedback, and align with industry best practices to demonstrate their readiness and commitment to excellence. By focusing on stabilizing their business and making necessary improvements, vendors can work towards positioning themselves more favorably in future contract applications. Some other programs to take note of. I'll do a brief introduction to CTO-as-a-Service. So you might ask, what are the benefits of this platform? For potential partners like yourself, upon approval by IMDA, your solution will be more easily discovered and searched by SMEs and users on the platform. With platform enhancements currently underway, SME end users would soon be able to find ratings and read the reviews of the solutions available. This will instill confidence and trust in your solution. To SME end users, CTO-as-a-Service is a one-stop platform to address most of their digitalization needs, helping them to make more informed decisions faster. Please scan the QR code to access the platform and check out the various features after this session. Next, I'd like to introduce Mr. Adrian Long, who is part of our SME Go Digital Advisory Committee in SGTech. He will elaborate on how SGTech can help you and the industry on this program. Adrian, over to you.
Hi, thanks, Manoj. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. Nice meeting you again every month, FS. So I'll just do a quick introduction of SGTech itself. So SGTech has been the leading trade association for the Singapore tech industry. We're representing more than 1,400 members company, ranging from top MNC, large local enterprise, vibrant SME, and also innovative startup itself. So it's the largest tech community in Singapore, where companies converge to advocate for change and also drive tech innovations and adoptions to spur greater sustainability in the sectors itself. So our mission is to characterize a thriving ecosystem that powers Singapore as a global tech powerhouse. So as you can see, we have 1,400 plus influential tech company itself. So these are some of the members which we have. So the engagement structure. So we have the strategy and governance, the committee itself, where encompasses all the board of governors and also council members. Then we have all the chapters. So being one of your choice of when you sign up with us for SGTech member, you have a choice to choose one of the chapters which you are keen of or interested, or you can actually add in more fees to add in more chapters itself of your interest. So we have the AI high performance computing chapters and all stuff, which I'll later elaborate more on that. Then we have the steering committees, basically covering the three aspects of it: digitalization, sustainability, and tech talent. And we have the advisories committees, encompasses the data protection advisory, digital trust COE advisory, and government procurement advisory, next gen's network advisory, and the SME Go Digital advisory, which are one of the program which we are attending now, is part of this committee itself. Then we have the a very focused committee on AI skills and training committee, also the EdTech committee itself. So from more on the steering committees, so we have the digitalization steering committee, basically is to empower organizations to design effective digital transformation strategy. So through practical programs, we provide proven framework and tool sets to help organizations create digital roadmap tailored to their unique goals. So by collaborating with industrial partners, experts, and also solution provider, we strive to cultivate a vibrant ecosystem that supports the organization at every stage of their digital journey. So from strategy planning to successful implementation. So we have the Sustainability Steering Committee, with an interest group in corporate social responsibility for community drives to reduce e-waste. Today, SGTech's sustainability is a horizontal strategy mission led by the SGTech Sustainability Steering Committee of corporate stakeholders pushing sustainability initiatives for Singapore tech sectors itself. So we continue to flourish under the guidelines and also insight of Dr. Amy Ko, Senior Minister of State's Ministry of Sustainability and Environment, and also she is also one of the patrons of our SGTech sustainability since 2022. So as digitalization continue, we spread as universe tools itself and capabilities to all the industry and societies. The need and opportunity for sustainability enabling technology will subsequently grow across all the industry itself. So SGTech is to groom more sustainability ready tech enterprise and partners as sustainability solutions to industry, Singapore, and the world. And then we have the Talent Steering Committee, supports Singaporean who aspirate to work in tech to have every possible opportunity. So we actively collaborate with employers, government agency to build Singapore tech talent ecosystems, focusing on students and career switchers. We also advocate for having global talents in high-value innovation jobs, which will augment our workforce in a way that accelerates our growth as a global digital and data node. So our initiative developed with tripartite partners aimed at building a skilled and adaptable Singapore tech talents workforce. So I mentioned just now the chapters and community. So we have the AI and high performance computing chapters, and then we had the cybersecurity chapters, basically to create awareness and adoption of the cybersecurity aspects, and cloud and data chapters, facilitating awareness of new cloud technology, related standards, and also access to new markets. And data center chapters drive a more efficient data center industry as part of the green digital infrastructure required to support the continual digital growth of Singapore. And digital transformation chapters so to accelerate innovations and also drive the successful digital transformation of our Singapore businesses. Digital trust chapters is to develop a new digital trust industry that acts as a catalyst for deeper collaboration between companies and countries, and establish the Singapore tech industry as a leader in digital trust technology. Singapore Enterprise chapter is to promote and build an active, healthy ecosystem of both local tech SME that is vibrant for Singapore digital transformation. Also, with a focus on venturing overseas by leveraging on the strengths of a consortium. So in Singapore Enterprise chapter, not only tech members are in this chapter itself, we also have non-tech company who also in the who actually join SGTech and choose Singapore Enterprise chapter as one. So Singapore Enterprise chapter encompasses also the user base where your all the pre-approved solutions can be actually proliferate to them. Then the Smart Nation chapters is engage the Smart Nation's Digital Government Office and relevant stakeholders with a focus on the built environment sectors, and also encourage local solutions to integrate with local and international offering. AI skills and training committee, basically you see to strengthen of the AI skills and workforce demands of this industry itself, and provide an industry voice in defining, endorsing, and driving of the adoption of AI skills aligned to industrial needs itself. So EdTech committee is basically to support the development of local tech-enabled education business to grow within and beyond Singapore and drive the adoption of technology as an enabler. So basically, this advisory committee encompasses the 5 key areas which I mentioned just now: data protection advisory, digital trust center of excellence advisory, government procurement advisories, next gen network advisory, SME Go Digital advisory. So I will not elaborate on on the details of them, but basically these are the key points which I want to get across to all of you. In SGTech, we created a lot of exciting program on a monthly basis. So one of them is we have this customized and hand-on sustainability consultancy services throughout the years and delivering resource saving values to SME. this is basically a sustainability guided program itself. So which we aim to have a commercial result in 3 to 6 months and a maximum 1 week for the grant to approve, and no financial documents required, and also hand-holding by SME experienced consultant. So we have a range of consultants or a group of consultants with us where we can actually allocate to your and as a company of choice, consultant of choice actually. Learn on the job under SME experts, experienced professional, and also to set realistic scope and price compared to similar program in the market itself for the beneficial of our SME SGTech members. So you are keen, scan the QR code and then email to find out more. Then under the tech entrepreneurship programs, we have this program. The company eligibility will be Singapore registered company, employer of ICT professional for tech job roles in demand by the industry. The funding support we have salary support up to 38,400 funding across 12 months. Training support up to 7,000 per apprentice. And program structure itself, we have to go through a company application, hiring of the apprentice, and apprenticeships and claims submission itself. And for the candidate itself, eligibility will be Singapore citizen or Singapore permanent resident. Highest qualification of a diploma or higher NITEC. And job roles being supported encompasses cybersecurity, data analyst, data scientist, and software developer. And then the terms of hiring apprentice will be employed full-time while receiving the structure training itself. So anyone interested, again, scan the QR code, and then you can actually access to more information. Career conversions program, we have a lot of mid-range or middle management and even some of the people from the non-tech industry who actually wish to transform himself into to adopt into a tech industry's career. So this program basically allows any company, Singapore registered company, to apply, and funding support will be up to 6 months and up to 90% of the fixed money salary capped at 7,500 per month. Applicant itself, you must be a Singapore citizen or permanent resident, minimum 21 years age. Okay, and graduate or completed national service, whichever is later, at least 2 years prior at the point of application. And then the career conversion programs tracks available. You have platform and system professional, basically all the Salesforce professionals, Red Hat professionals. Then we have the Infocom and marketing professionals, where digital sales executive, and also cloud professionals, where we train people to go into Oracle NetSuite professionals. And also the tech professionals basically cover the AI application development, developer, associate security analysts, business intelligence managers, data protection officers, DevSecOps operations engineer, and information security auditor, and even product manager itself. Same again, interested, scan the QR code and get more information. So we also have the complementary AI skills and training advisory clinics. Targeted audience will be all the tech and non-tech companies looking to explore AI for business productivity. So what is available basically will be on advisory on AI readiness, business use cases, and also available government funding support on AI solution and skill training. So for anyone interested to get more detail, again, go through the inquiries by scanning the QR code or contact Jeannie Wu via this sgtech.org.sg itself email. So other than that, SGTech events and enabler, we also host the largest business community of leaders annually, rally under SGTech banner to drive next leap of in digital transformation and sustainability. So we have the annual flagship event like Gala the gala dinner and CXO signatures series, more than 40 networking events annually, and up to 70% cost savings for members who join as exhibitors, the conference speakers and all that stuff. So we had the Tech Partners exclusive service for SGTech members. So this is to help the members to form new partnership with other SGTech members, both local and international. So we go into internationalizations, special rates for SGTech members joining local exhibition and overseas missions trip itself. And as enablers, special rate for SGTech members taking up digitalization, sustainability, and talent strategy program, which I have shared with you just now with all the various programs you have. So we are in LinkedIn, Facebook, and even the website itself. So stay updated with us through all these social media means itself. So why wait? If you are not a member today, just scan this QR code, sign up with us, and then we will work together to help our SME and the local non-tech industry to ride the digital transformation wave. With that, thank you very much. Back to Nanoch.
Thank you very much, Adrian. So we've now come to the FAQ segment of the briefing. Before we open up to the floor, let me go through some of the common FAQs. I won't be going through all because these can be accessed at our SGD website, so I'll just pick a few. Why are 5 satisfied customers required? So the 5 satisfied customers are required to show that the solution has good track record in the industry and is available to deliver in the intended outcome. So another question 5, how do I know whether my 5 satisfied customers are SMEs? They need to follow the following criteria. Group annual sales turnover cannot exceed 100 million or employment size not more than 200 workers. And at least 30% local shareholding held by Singaporean or Singapore. The second part is no longer, correct. So just the revenue under 100 million and group employment size not more than 200 workers. So the local shareholding part has been removed for this. Read question 7. My solution meets the requirements of multiple solution categories in the vendor self-assessment checklist. Which checklist should I submit? And another question similar. My solution meets the requirements of multiple solutions categories in the vendor self-assessment checklist. May I submit more than one solution for approval? So if your solution meets the requirements of multiple solution categories, you may choose to submit multiple vendor assessment checklists for your solutions to be pre-approved under the respective solution categories. Each submitted checklist must come with its own set of supporting documents as specified in the checklist, such as 5 satisfied customer surveys and invoices. Let's see. I will go to question 13, or question 12. What is the definition of positive net equity? So net equity is the latest audited financial statement. Total assets minus total liabilities have to demonstrate a positive value. How much will be the qualifying cost for my solution? So it varies based on solution category that you're applying for. Again, you may refer to these FAQs on our SGD website. All right, so before submission, please ensure all these points are addressed. Ensure that you're using the latest version of the completed checklist. Ensure all the tabs within the vendor self-assessment checklist are filled up with supporting notes to ascertain the features of proposed solution. Ensure 3 years of financial statements are submitted. A positive net equity in the latest statement is mandatory. If your company is incorporated less than 3 years, you can submit all the audited financial statements to date to complete your submission. Ensure only one solution category of the sector-specific tab is to be filled up. For reapplication, previously submitted 5 satisfied customers cannot be reused. Lastly, ensure that your company details are filled up correctly in SME Go Digital pre-approval system. By failing to fulfill the above mentioned points without any valid reason will attribute to the delay in processing your submission, so please make sure you check those. To recap, this is the onboarding requirement to get your pre-approved solutions approved by IMDA. With effect from now, all new contracts will be approved to a 1+1 year contract appointment. After you get your approval, your solutions will be listed on the business grant portal for your SME customers to apply for grant support. You can ask your SME customer to find out about their eligibility by contacting the number stated or email directly for advice.